Hi, and welcome to this beginning Pilates workout. The exercises are designed to increase strength and endurance in what we call your core muscles, which are your abdominals, your low back, your hips, and your shoulder stabilizers, and also to improve your posture and overall appearance. Let's go ahead and get started. Now we're going to start with a warm-up, and as we go through, I'm just going to explain the principles that kind of run through all the exercises and make them more safe and effective. So first we're going to be on the mat with our knees bent and feet flat. We want the heels kind of lined up with our sit bones. We want to feel our rib cage very heavy on the mat along with our sacrum. We want the back of our neck long and our collarbones nice and wide. Now, if you can't get your head down on the mat without hyperextending your neck, you can just place a little pad, a little pillow or a little rolled up towel underneath the back of the head so that you can kind of keep your face level to the floor and to the ceiling while you're doing the exercises. I'm going to go ahead and take this back out. So once we have our position, we want to keep our pelvis nice and neutral here. And to find a neutral pelvic position, we want to contract our abdominals and roll the pelvis back and flatten our back to the floor. And then get a lift in the lower spine and get an arch in our back up off the floor. And just go back and forth a few times to find that full range of motion of the pelvis. And then settle into a mid position where it feels nice and comfortable. That's approximately neutral. So we want to stay there throughout most of the exercises we'll be doing today. So let's focus on our breathing now. It's very important how we breathe. We're going to start by taking the breath in through the nose and out through the mouth as if we're blowing through a straw. And as we breathe in, we want to take the breath into the sides and back of the rib cage and feel the rib cage expand as you breathe in and then sort of close in as you breathe out, like a balloon that's inflating and deflating. Let's do that one more time. Now as we continue to breathe, it's really important that we learn to engage the abdominals correctly to stabilize the pelvis throughout the exercise. So as we continue to breathe and then exhale, we want to contract the abdominals and feel the abdominal wall sink slightly down towards the spine and be nice and flat. And as we inhale, we just want to maintain that so that the pelvis can be nice and stable and protect our spine during the exercise. Now with our pelvic floor muscles, we want to pull those just slightly up and in. Now the way to kind of connect with those is just to imagine that you have to go to the bathroom and you just want to hold it in. So it doesn't have to be bared down on, but just lightly pull that in as you continue to breathe. And one more time. So now we're going to move the pelvis to what we call an imprint. And an imprint is just, a slight backwards tilt or posterior tilt of the pelvis and a slight lengthening of the low back toward the floor. And so as we exhale, we're going to just drop that pelvis back, slightly flatten the spine to the floor as if we're imprinting the spine in soft sand. And then we're going to come back to neutral. And so we exhale to imprint and inhale to neutral. And whenever we bring both feet off the floor, we're going to use that imprinted position and stabilize it. Whenever both feet are on the floor, we'll tend to be in a more neutral position. So now let's do a hip release and start to just challenge the stability of that pelvis in rotation. So as we inhale, we're going to turn the right leg out, slide the foot away from the sit bone, and exhale, turn the leg in and slide it back up. And so we're just rotating that leg in the hip socket and again challenging the stability of the pelvis while we're loosening up those hip muscles. Inhale, we're going to turn it out again. Exhale, turn it in, slide it up. And let's reverse that. Inhale, turn it in. Exhale, turn it out. And the weight of the leg wants to rotate my pelvis, so I have to stabilize against that with my abdominals. And one more time, inhale and exhale. Let's go to the other leg. Inhale, turn the leg out, slide the foot away. Exhale, turn it in, slide it back up. and turn it out. You'll notice that the other knee stays nice and still. Exhale, turn it in. 2 more times, turn it out and turn it in, and again turn it out and turn it in. Let's reverse that, turn it in, keep the abdominals nice and flat, turn it out and turn it in and turn it out. Twice more, inhale and exhale. Last time, inhale and exhale. Now we're going to go into spinal rotation. So we're just going to lie on our side and pull the knees up as if we're sitting in a chair on our side. Arms are out in front at about shoulder level or chest level, and the head is down. We want to keep the knees together. As we inhale, we want to open that top arm to the ceiling, and exhale, we're going to rotate back, opening through our chest and our eye gazes to the ceiling. We'll inhale and stay, and exhale and stay. And we'll inhale and exhale. Contract the abdominals, rotate up and over the top, and then close to the front. And we'll do that one more time. Inhale, open up. Exhale, rotate back. Keep that top knee right in place. We're just rotating through the torso. Inhale, stay. Exhale, stay. Inhale and exhale. Contract, rotate up and over and close. And let's go to the other side. Okay, so knees are in place. We'll inhale and open up. And exhale and rotate back. Keep the top knee right in place. Inhale, stay. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. The abdominals lead the movement up and over. And close one more time. Inhale, open. Exhale, open up. Inhale, stay. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Contract the abdominals, rotate up and over, and close into the front. Now we're going to work on articulating the spine up off the mat and just sort of rolling through that area for movement and to help make the spine a little more healthy. So arms are long at the side again. Doing the exercise we call hip rolls. So we inhale to prepare. We're in neutral position of the pelvis. Exhale through the imprint position. Now we're going to peel the hips and spine up off the mat, one vertebrae at a time, to a bridge position. Inhale, stay at the top. And exhale, soften through the rib cage, rolling down one vertebrae at a time. We roll back through the imprint and release to neutral. And exhale, roll up again through the imprint. Press into your heels as you peel up off the mat. Inhale, stay. Exhale, roll it back down. We want to keep the low back very long by keeping those abdominals tight through the imprint and release. Let's do that twice more. Exhale, roll up. Inhale, stay. We're really tightening the buttocks at the top. Inhale. Exhale, roll down. And release. Last time. Exhale, roll up. Inhale, stay. Keep the low back very long. Exhale, roll it back down. And release. Now, it's also important that we learn to stabilize the shoulder blades on the rib cage so we don't take a lot of tension up into the neck and upper back. So this next exercise, scapular isolations, works on that. So we just have the arms pointing to the ceiling, palms facing. We're going to inhale and open up the shoulder blades in the back. And exhale, we're going to slide the shoulder blades down and in toward the spine in kind of a V shape. And I want to set them nice and flat. Inhale, reach up again. Exhale, slide them down and keep your collarbones nice and wide. And inhale, reach up. Your pelvis is still in neutral. Exhale, slide them down. And one more time, inhale up. Exhale, slide them down again. Set them nice and flat on the rib cage. Now, as we take the arms overhead, it's real important that we stay connected through the front. A lot of times when somebody takes their arms back, their rib cage is going to pop up off the mat and the back is going to arch. So we want to keep the abdominals very connected here as we take the arms back over the head and loosen up our shoulders, as well as work on stability through the front here. Inhale up, reaching back, keeping the shoulder blades sliding down away from the ears, not up. Keep them down and then come back up. 2 more times, reach them back overhead. Again, keep those bottom ribs on the mat, bring it back up. And 1 more time, reach back. And bring it back up. Now bring your arms back down long at your sides. Now it's real important how we take the head off of the mat. A lot of times when people curl up off the mat, they'll either poke the chin up toward the ceiling and hyperextend the neck, or they'll hyperflex the neck and they'll pull the chin into the chest. So before we pick the head up off the mat, we're going to work on this idea of what we call cranial vertebral flexion, just flexion to the very top of the spine where it meets the cranium or the head. So as we inhale, we're going to tuck the chin just slightly down and lengthen the back of the neck, just like you're nodding your head, and then release it. And inhale, we tuck the chin down, and we release, and tuck it down on the inhale, and release. We'll do it 2 more times. Inhale, tuck it down, lengthen the back of the neck. And we don't want to jam it there, just a slight nod. And release, last time. And release. Now we're going to go into our main workout, starting with abdominal press. We just want to increase the challenge here, excuse me, on the abdominals as we prepare for a little bit more difficult exercise. So we're going to inhale and tuck our chin down slightly. Exhale, we'll slide the shoulders down, and we're just going to bring the head and shoulders away from the mat by pulling with our abdominals. We'll inhale, stay at the top. Exhale, and bring it back down. We want to try and keep the pelvis in neutral. Inhale, tuck the chin. Exhale, slide the shoulders down and come up. Inhale, stay. And exhale, back down. Inhale, keep the abdominals nice and flat. Exhale, come up. Sometimes the abdominals will tend to poof up as you come up, so we want to keep them nice and pulled in here. Inhale, stay. Exhale, bring it down 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale, come up. We want to be able to fit a small fist in between the chin and the chest. Inhale, stay. Exhale, back down. 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale, bring it up. Inhale, stay, and exhale down. Now we're going to turn over and go into extension with an exercise we call breaststroke preps. So we're going to start on our front. We want to keep the abs pulled in, pelvic floor pulled in. If we can, get the legs together, but if that bothers your low back, just separate the legs a little bit. We want to have the arms right by the shoulders, elbows angled down toward the sides. And the tip of the nose can touch the mat, but we don't want anything else resting there. So as we inhale, we're going to slide our shoulders down. We're going to open up through the front and reach the top of the ears away from the shoulders. And exhale back down. We want to think about lengthening more than lifting. And inhale up with the back of the neck very long, sort of like an airplane taking off here. And back down. And inhale up. Exhale down. 2 more times. Inhale up. Try to squeeze your legs together if you can. Exhale down. And 1 more time. Inhale. And exhale. Now let's go challenge that a little bit more by placing the arms at your sides. And if you can't do this, just stay with the first one. So arms are at the sides, palms are against the outer thighs. We're going to inhale, slide the shoulders down and open up. Exhale, come back down. Inhale up. Lengthen out. No wrinkles on the back of the neck. Exhale, back down. 3 more times. Inhale up. Exhale, back down. And 1 more time. Inhale up. And exhale, back down. Now let's do a quick shell stretch to stretch that out. Up on all fours, we're going to sit back onto the heels with the arms out in front. We want to keep the abdominals engaged, and now breathe into the sides and back of the rib cage. Exhale, let it out. And breathe in. And breathe out. Again, keep those abs engaged. Feel it all stretch out, nice and relaxed. One more time. Breathe in. And breathe out. Okay, let's come back down. Whoops, on our back. Okay, now we're going to go to the exercise that we call the 100. And this exercise is really going to challenge the abdominals against the weight of the legs as they're up off the mat. So we're going to go to an imprint position with the pelvis. And by the way, you can leave your head down on the mat, and if you do that, I recommend you use some kind of support under the head, or you can curl up off the mat, which is what I'm going to do. Okay, so we're going to go to an imprint and bring the legs up to what we call tabletop position of our shins, knees together, feet together, and toes pointed. So we're going to inhale to prepare, tuck the chin down slightly, and exhale, curl up off the mat. Again, you can leave your head down. Now we're going to start pumping our arms up and down as if we're pressing on a spring. And we'll breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 10, and in. Out, 2, 3, 4, 20, flat abs. Out, 2, 3, 4, 30, in. Out, 2, 3, 4, 40, in. Out, 2, 3, 4, 50. If it's easy, you can just reach your legs out a little bit, otherwise keep it down. Out, 2, 3, 4, 60, in. Out, 2, 3, 4, 70, in. Out, 2, 3, 4, 80, in. Out, 2, 3, 4, 90, in. Out, 2, 3, 4, 100. Inhale, we bring the knees back in. Place one foot at a time back down on the mat, and then we come back down. And by the way, if you're up and you have problems with your neck, if you're getting tight in through here, you can always place one hand behind you as well. I'm going to stay back down, and we're going to go to an exercise that we call one leg circle. Now, one leg circle is going to challenge your pelvis in rotation again, as we have one leg that's circling up in the air. So we're going to have, for the beginning, both legs bent. The right leg is up, the thigh is vertical. We're in neutral position. We stabilize in neutral. As we inhale, we're going to circle across slightly and down. Exhale, we'll take it slightly out and bring it back up to the top. Inhale, we circle across and down. Exhale, out and up. Don't let that pelvis rotate. Across and down, out and up. Inhale and exhale. One more time, inhale and exhale. And other way, inhale, exhale. Inhale, out and down. Exhale, over and up. And out and down. Over and up. Out and down. Over and up. Last time, out and down. Over and up. Let's change legs. So we'll inhale, circle across and down. Exhale, out and up. And over and down. Out and up. Across and down. Don't let anything else move. Exhale. Inhale. Just moving in the hip socket. Exhale. Last time. Inhale. Exhale. Let's reverse it. And exhale up. Out and down. Over and up. Inhale. Exhale. You only make your circle as big as you can. Inhale. Exhale. Keeping your pelvis stable. Inhale. And exhale. And now we're going to go into a little bit more spinal rotation, doing what we call the spine twist. And we're just going to use our abdominals here to rotate the upper torso. Now, if you have tightness through your hips and you can't sit up very well there, you can place something pillow or something underneath your sit bones, which will allow you to sit up and be much more open here. But I'm going to sit on the floor, and we're just going to sit in a crisscross position. And so we want to sit up nice and tall on our sit bones here. We want to keep those sit bones planted as we rotate, so we're not shifting our body weight here. So arms are out at shoulder level. We stabilize the shoulders. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, we're going to rotate to our right and think about growing taller. Inhale, we'll release slightly. Exhale, try and go a little farther. And release slightly. Exhale a little farther. Inhale, come back center. Exhale, rotate left. And release slightly. Exhale a little farther. And release slightly. Exhale a little farther. And back center. Exhale, rotate right. And release slightly and grow taller. And release slightly and grow taller. Come back center, keep the arms straight out. Exhale left and release. A little farther. Inhale, release slightly. Exhale a little farther. Back center one more time. Exhale to the right. And release slightly and a little farther. And release slightly and a little farther. Back center. Exhale to your left. And release slightly and grow taller. And release slightly and grow taller. And come back center. Now let's go back onto our backs. And we're going to do an exercise just called shoulder bridge prep. This is going to challenge our gluteal muscles, our hamstrings, and our abdominals to stabilize a neutral pelvis. So pelvis starts in neutral, knees are bent, feet are flat. We're going to inhale to prepare, keep the abs nice and tight. Exhale, pick the hips up. Straight line from shoulders to knees. Inhale, stay. And exhale, come back down. Inhale. Exhale, pick the hips up. We want to really be tight right here and in through the abdominals. Inhale, stay. Exhale, back down. Inhale. Exhale, up. We want to be very careful that we don't hyperextend the back or arch the back. We're going to extend through the hips. Inhale, stay. Exhale, back down. Inhale. Exhale, come up. Inhale, stay. Exhale, down. Let's do one more. Inhale. Exhale, pick the hips up. Really get tight up there. Inhale, stay. And exhale, come on back down. Okay, now we're gonna go onto our side. And we're gonna challenge the torso or just challenge the lateral torso to keep the spine straight, excuse me, against the weight of our legs. So we're gonna start on our side again. Make sure your hips are very stacked. We don't want you rolled back or rolled forward. Keep the hips nice and stacked. We'll angle the legs forward. And we want to get our lower ribs lifted here on our side. So bring the right leg, we're getting the top leg up. Pull the top of the foot toward the shin, and we're going to bring that leg forward and pulse it. And then we're going to reach back and point the toes. And as we move, we're going to try and keep that pelvis very stable here. Inhale forward. Exhale, reach back, good. And forward. And reach back, keep it very lifted right here. And forward. And reach back, squeeze your buttocks forward. And reach it back. Two more forward. And reach it back. And forward. And reach it back. I'm going to bring that leg down. We're just going to go to the other side. So again, legs are angled forward. Get our little lift here. Keep the abs pulled in, top hand here. Head is supported. Top leg is up parallel to the floor. Toes are flexed toward our shins. Inhale and forward. Exhale, reach back and point the toes. And forward. We don't want to tuck under here or arch as we reach back. Forward. And reach back. Good. And forward. And reach back, good. And forward. and back. Stay very pulled in here. Forward and back. 2 more, forward and back. Last time, forward and reach back. Good. All right, now we're just gonna stretch that out. We just worked the lateral torso a little bit. Let's stretch that out. Sitting nice and tall on our sit bones. We're gonna inhale and reach the right arm up toward the ceiling. Exhale, we're gonna side bend up and over. We're gonna think about lengthening our spine, not just bending it. Inhale, we release. Exhale down. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, release. Exhale down. Let's do it again. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, release. Exhale down. And again, inhale. Exhale, up and over. Inhale, release. Exhale down. Now let's just stretch out our hip. Back of our leg. So we're going to take the left leg and we're going to cross the ankle just above the right knee and pull that left knee up toward our chest here. Hands in the back of the right leg. We're just going to lightly pull. We're going to feel that stretch through the back of the buttocks here. I want to just keep breathing nice and easy as we hold that stretch. About 20, 30 seconds. And again, it should never be painful. It should always be a nice, comfortable stretch. Let's go ahead and release that and switch sides. And again, if we don't want to pull it to the point where it's just uncomfortable, this should be a nice, easy stretch. And always keep your breath moving in and out. This is just a nice time to relax at the end of the workout. And we'll release that. Okay. Okay, and that's it for today. Thank you for coming to this workout. Now again, this was a basic workout and it's designed to get you ready for more challenging work. If you feel like you're ready, go ahead and progress on to the next, the intermediate workout, which we'll be doing. But if you don't feel comfortable with this, just go ahead and stay with this one. There's nothing wrong with staying with it until you really make sure that you understand the principles and you're able to do the exercises correctly before you go on and try to do something that's more challenging. Again, thank you for coming. We'll see you next time.